mean that, family. Our youths, our young ones, our children, we need them, redeem them, and clean them. You see them, or else the enemy will come and scheme them. Family. I mean that, family. Education for the nation that's full of salvation, biology, astronomy, and African theology, geography. Family. I love that, family. Whatever the age or the stage, that youth will be engaged with tutorials, activities, and videos from the studios of the Priest Isaac Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Family.
The International Homeschool Program is designed and recommended for all ages. The psychological state of our children is very important, especially in the environment that most of us live in. The International Homeschool Program provides online classes, activities, and videos that are fun for the youth and edifies them of their African heritage as well as the higher sciences. To enroll your family today, visit www.priestisaacinstitute.com, go to the main website, and search for Youth Corner. Or you can email priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com for a course sample. Give thanks.
Prosperity is a herbal remedy that has been naturally designed to nourish the prostate gland. Prosperity uses a combination of leaves, roots, and barks to create a tincture designed to nourish your prostate gland. It also will assist in prostate-related issues such as erectile dysfunction, swollen prostates, and problems related to the passage of urine. Call or WhatsApp 728-8289, 728-8289 and get your bottle today. Prosperity.
No, but the item tag 2-3 times. It's important.
Go ahead, man. I'm giving you the floor. Take it down.
Watch this now. Watch this now, yeah? This is the thing, you know, when we have a family meeting, yeah, African family thing, this is where I always come. And one time I talk, I always bring out the spies and perpetrator who want to stop I and I from speak. What go on? Let me talk now. I and I was holding a reverence. I listen to the item. So the item is supposed to have a reference. And if you say a Rastafari, then I expect the eye to listen to I and I. Because then one vice will say, no? Mm-hmm. So you owe me a fire. Watch me now. That Bible will now glorify. I'll be a killer night. Right? Moses is a killer. Abraham is a killer. Yo, King David is one of the biggest killer in the world. What you talk about? King David threw tens and tens of thousands. What you talk about? What you feel like? And at the Bible, the Pope did a hype up, used to hype up the soldiers that were coming to Africa. They hype them up to know, say, yo, yeah, read Deuteronomy. Yeah? And think about it. Yeah? It's always been used as a brainwash tool. And then Monday we are talk about respect as the Honorable Jasik. Well, my lad, repair. When the Empress said to throw the thing in the fire key, it's the first step because you can't keep taking the same thing. That how you going to refresh your DNA and your mind, because remember, yourself have to free your mind. My gosh, and then you make some talk and I talk about the Bible in some like sweet way when I'm murder. Every scripture, every line is murder. Yeah? And you call that some kind of spiritual, and then now look on all these cults and things that are making be a different interpretation of the Bible. Why don't want piece of that? Man, in a gas chamber, show themselves all kind of cult that exists because of this thing, and you know it was beaten into I and I. Yeah? I feel sorry for the man where just can't move. You're just stagnant. And
I agree.
If you're really internally wise, and if you really was a sincere seeker in the first place, then that's where you wouldn't have got lost. Because the sincerity in the search Because some did go at the straight and did I go into the Bible and I read the Psalms. I myself chant 7 times a day and all these things. Yeah. And then no, you have to come past that door. Stop. Put it away or burn it. It's a good way if it's not decolonize the mind.
Yes.
All the time this process is a decolonization, King. Why priests? You should be teaching the fireman them. Yeah? I am not. I am not with the level. I will go on yourself, my lad. Honorable. See, and you already know the other medication, the physical thing, and you know the repair that need to go on. And what it is now, it's becoming more dangerous, high priest. Seriously. Like, it's too dangerous right now to have the man them assault the thing. You have to shut them down. Right? You have to get shut down right now because, hear me now. So, you are dealing with a book of murderers, and you want to come talk to me like, say, yes, this is some book of life, inspiration, this and that. No way. And King David is a man of the heart of, and remember the Bible said King David is a man of the heart of the Almighty. So that means that God is just like him. The same God will change his mind every minute. The man threw a piece, the greatest one and greatest servant, Job, he threw a piece of punishment on him. And he threw a piece of punishment and take away killing wife and pick them and give him a new one. Are you idiot is that? Idiotness. And virgin, everything you come on. That was the old days, as one Rast earlier said, it was yesterday. So the man then is hanging on to it and prettying it up now, giving me the levels of a mental, some kind of cycle. Well, obviously the trauma, what the Empress expressed before, but when you persist now, I'm seeing a mental illness, man. Right? And I'm seeing now, I'm seeing a cult leader. Right? That's what I'm seeing now. So I'm just saying to the man them internal meds, because me and no man father, me and no man elder, and them sitting there, yeah. But I worry. Don't come to me with foolishness, right? See, I definitely a sincere seeker. No one can go around this thing. You want to come tell me? You better just transform the thing right now into Prince Emmanuel, the Asa, Lord of the Living Black. You see me? Because
they can't go there. That's too much of leaving the Bible alone.
Yeah, change it right now to the right perspective. Yeah,
I agree. I agree with the brother. The brother's on point.
The turban is official. You Baba Shanti have come and took the official, the good look, the upfrontness, but you don't know. So there's changes, my lord. And if the Prince Emmanuel asks for 7 liar priests. Like when someone come to the priest and say, my priest, I have an eviction in the morning. Not only will the priest give a good eyes and word for her son, but the priest will also, be able to tell her to fill out the N244 and this and that and fill it out there and these things. But say we are disobedient to Prince Emmanuel, disobedience to the levels, grew up. And then now you have the converts them from these religion. And then now when Rasta creates something so great, so revolutionary, it is a way of life where counteract this type of brainwash. Exactly this, right? This is where we reject anything from them. That's where we know, wow, that's what make it simple. That's not where we start, my lord. That's where we learn from Prince Emmanuel and all of the first generation. So why we so disloyal to the first generation and the second generation then? And the third, because we know that the fire with them did have, and that create the change why even all around the world, Rastafari is heard of and represented in this upful way. So we now have to just allow that. And my high priest, Jano,
Thanks, Baraka. Yeah, I go before I come to
Kufu was reasoning with the elder Ross, and he just got rudely cut off. So the other ones that already spoke could repeat the same thing they was talking when they first got on here. So it'd be nice to let Kufu Amun Haru finish his build with the elder.
Oh, well, yeah, but let me just respect that a lot of ones had their hands up even before that, but I'm going to come back to that.
Even if you cut them off.
No, I wouldn't say cut them off. No, I wouldn't say cut them off at all. I'm in charge of this here. I have to make sure it runs properly.
Yeah, well, that's how you tell.
I would not say cut them off. I humbly asked them to just give me a moment so I could address the other ones that definitely were waiting for a moment. I know Ras Kafra wanted to come forward. I don't know if you still wanted to come forward, brother. It would be you first, and then I go to Litmore. And then we could come back to that reasoning with Cypher Selassie and the King, if they desire. Yes, my lord.
Yes. I think about two things that I wanted to address. The Honorable Rasa Isarn has spoken about how do we find self, you know, from a comedic perspective. Self could only be realized within the context of community, you know, in the context of relationship, you know, and the art and the science of affecting those relationships. And that's where we see His Majesty really shining out, you know, as one with the highest level of divinity, you know, because he was able to balance relationships and maintain a harmony within Ethiopia during his time. And we know what happened after he left, right? So when we talk about spirituality, we must always remember that spirituality essentially is about how we deal with relationships, you know? And the fact that the Rastafari community and the African community has been using the Bible, but somehow we can't seem to cooperate with each other, to do things, to get things done. It really speaks to the ineffectiveness of that whole foundation, that biblical foundation, because it has failed to mobilize us into action to work together, right? So that is one thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing, the sister talk about restoring, right? There's a brother, a Guyanese brother who did a book named Libation, Dr. Kimani Nihusi, and he went into the essence of what libation and these things really are. And he showed that libation was a part of a larger offering, African offering complex, right? And the Kemetic word for it was Hetep, right? And Hetep essentially dealing with the whole aspect of offering had to do with balancing and restoring and refreshing.
Yes.
Because the African view was that you know, in the cosmos you have all these things happening. You know, as we know, we talk about Ma'at, right? There's this harmonious balance that exists, and many times it can go what I would say, it could become a little turbulent. And so what they did was to make offerings in order to restore that harmony and that balance and to refresh it. Things naturally over time degenerate, right? And so how do we now regenerate and restore, right? It is through that understanding of the offering complex, right? It comes through to when we read the Rupert M. Heru that speaks about the Sekhetepu, the farm or the gardening of offerings, right? To me, what it says as someone who farms, you know, is that for us to restore and refresh ourselves, we have to make that connection with nature, especially through farming, right? We have to return to that. That is the foundation. His Majesty said that. He says that agriculture is a sacred task, right? Graciously conferred upon man to serve as the something like the basis of his well-being and to establish the foundation of his wealth, right? But focusing on what he said initially, that like agriculture is a sacred task, you know, is very important because of the fact that he used the word sacred. He even says that without an agricultural foundation, then essentially you don't have a nation. You know, so if Rastafari is looking to establish itself as a nation, the foundation has to be agriculture. We have to be able to come together and to establish these things. You know, and if we cannot do that, if the Bible has not been influential enough to do that, then we have to replace it, right? And I think that the Kemetic foundation is much more important because it has credibility. The fact that that system was able to establish the greatest civilization in human history that has lasted for thousands of years is testament its effectiveness. Whereas on the other hand, those who are advocating for the Bible couldn't even save Israel, right? Because we know it's from one disaster to another for hundreds of years exterminated. Now you have an alien set of people claim that heritage, right? So that's the situation that we're in, and that's my 2 cents that I wanted to touch on.
Here is the family. Give thanks. I like that. The man said the Bible didn't even save Israel. That was a good punch there. Here is one now. Little more after you. In respect of time and, you know, respect to everyone that is here, I'm really thankful for everyone that, you know, I mean, it was a real humble discussion too, you know. I mean, I know everyone didn't get a chance to say everything. That's why I really, if you know that, he said too much, but just bring it on it, because it's just a lot of knowledge here, a lot of wise minds here, and a lot of vibes. I mean, it's a good vibes. I love vibes. But listen, let me just bring it. Yeah, go ahead. Say the word quick.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yet.
You know what? Well, I would. You know, I still would come back to you. And I go. And I go go.
Complete what the man I do, and then I might like to speak to something, right? Because as much as I man completely support that I make one shift from this emphasis on the Bible.
Yes, King.
My attitude towards people that still lingering with it is not one of intolerance.
I hear you. I know that.
Because I come to the same book and I find my way to where I am at now. And to me, that's an indication that anybody else can do it.
Well, tell you what, no? Let me just make a little more talk and then I'm going to bring it to you. And we just kind of like to seal it up and kind of how everyone, the special visitor, get the little word and yeah, little more. Give thanks for coming in again. Eh? Blessed Lord.
Yes, Chris. I want to short me before it's up to give thanks, my Lord.
Oh, okay, your hand is up. It's true. Yeah. Pardon me. Your hand is up. Well, yeah, you definitely, of course, my Lord. I probably say something. But yes, go through a little more.
I love each and every one, you know. Yeah, greetings. You hear me?
Yes, Olmec, man.
Yeah, man. The Olmec, is it? Yeah, King Selassie, I'm not discriminating. Great greetings to each and every one. Whether in the temple, you know, honor the greetings to all of the ones that honor the priest, you know, are doing thing, you know. So, you know, back to the topic, you know, about the Bible, if it really is valid, you know, my thoughts is really like half of the story has never been told. So it's half of the story, you know. Give thanks to the Empress are born on fire still. But I feel like Marcus Garvey, philosopher, would have upgrade with, you know, the department that's still, you know. Well, you know, the trauma and the DNA beaten down what we get, you know, everything beaten out of every African spirituality beaten out of it. So, you know, many great ones before we make a stand, you know, and died for the same people who would just, you know, stand aside and look. Because them traumatized, everything beaten out of them. I mean, so, you know, as even as I honestly say, you know, one of the earlier one, you know, what we get is like, if we don't do this, we don't do that, we're going to get eternal damnation. Yeah. African philosophy I teach, we say, we'll go back to the stars, you know, where we come from. So, a lot of the story not really told, and we're still learning and still researching. If we're not unified, for example, like the Indian, them unified, them take it to the courts, win them case. You know, black people have to find that before them can emerge even forward, because you know, the social impurity and the way we communicate and the attitude, but really kind of throw off each and every one away. So if we don't really take things upon a level, you know what I mean, we personal behavior as men really get, observed by the system deep, you know. So if we not have a unity, you know, one man I go jump off like, yeah, I'm gonna save the world and who they behind him, you know what I mean? So the most we can do is just go on hold the heights and hold the reasoning on a level. And until we find the unity there, which is strength, then because most of the thing them really blot out from with the true land of Israel, really blot out. Some of the thing them really leak out. But His Majesty, Ethiopia, leak out. So we get half of the story still. But we have to just do research now and get the true story written from the walls, you know. Greetings. Blessed love each and every one. You know?
Well, Jassy, give me that word there, you know. And yeah, this might be the I seal the word one time then. And then I come around, I'll make I say and come through and then seal up with all the other ones who desire to say a word.
Yeah, my Lord. Well, as we learn, you know, Rastafari, you know, that is Selassie name same way, you know. Tafari, you know. Ras, head, Tafari, creator, head creator, you know. So we come and say, from your Rastafari, you know what I mean, a fallen Selassie, the head creator. You know, to have trust in the Lord now is to really obey and follow what the Lord says to do the same way, you know. Even as we come and say, Prince Richard Edwards, he come with the Bible and hymn book way same way. And he said that leads to salvation same way. You know, as Marcus Garvey come and teach we, the greatest wisdom to be found in this age is written in the Holy Bible. Words of Marcus Garvey same way, you know. So we give thanks for the Holy Bible same way, you know. Yeah, man. And we give thanks for life and the mighty life giver. We give thanks for the Tiger's Temple still and all up for reason, you know. We give thanks for the time and the moment. Well, going forward, you know, in more time to come still, you know, more reason to take place same way still, you know. Heart of love, blessed love.
Well, I could just engage one quick question. I might just in sealing up, depending on the spirit, I might ask each one a quick question too. So let me ask you one now. Just okay. So judging from your reasoning, and you're one that you, as you said, you push the Bible, not only a good book, but the Holy Bible. As a Bobo Shanti, because I mean, I listen, this is why I asked you a question. I listen to the reasoning properly, you know, and I just, in the energy, and I listening to points. And yeah, I clearly said earlier that ancient Egyptian scripts have been placed into the Bible. In fact, a few ones were actually disagreeing with the idea. So when we look at certain writings that we speak of before, when we can really look at, for example, the hymns of Aten and see and compare them to certain Psalms 104, etc., and see they're like word to word. What would your outlook be on that? Well, you already said, you know, that Egyptian writings were borrowed into the Bible. Okay, fair enough. But then what leans on that? How you see the validity where it would appear like the Psalms would be secondhand because the Psalms is younger than the hymn to Aten, and the two of them almost word for word. And also, I wanted to ask, also, with that, as Bobo Shanti too, when King Emmanuel speak about, well, King Emmanuel does say no, that the Bible have it and right, and going up the Nile, we're supposed to throw it in the water. Now, if we're supposed to throw it away, is it the holy book? I mean, is it a good book we can use, but we don't need it no more, we can throw it away? That's my question today. Questions. We have time, man. Just jump in a quick answer.
Yeah, 500 years later, and we still asking that question?
We come into your system, we come into the field. I got you, King, got you.
Yeah, my lord.
He just spoke. There we go. Y'all have a blessed night. I gotta tend to my grandbabies. Not being rude or anything, but I need to go tend to my grandbabies.
Love, respect.
This is redundant right here.
I give thanks.
Best of everyone. Give thanks for your time and energy.
Love. Give thanks. Yeah, King, go through.
Yeah, my lord, bless the love. Well, you know, as we come and learn, you know, due to the famine, what take place some creation time there in Egypt, you know. The Israelites came into Egypt. The whole world came into Egypt for food. So enough things was written the same way in Egypt. History was recorded in Egypt same way. Because them was ruling the earth at that time same way, you know. Egypt had world power same way, you know. The king put everything in Joseph hand same way, you know. So we know Egypt had enough history written, you know. Concerning the Holy Bible now, when man going up the River Nile and these things now, you know. You see them time, you know, man become the Bible now. Man become the living Bible because the same man who inspired man to write the Bible, as they come and learn the Bible, as they come and learn from the Holy Scriptures, same way, you know, all Scriptures given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So if a man now living a life out, you know, and he needs some light in his soul, or some light in the lamp, oil in the lamp, he will hit into the words of the Holy Bible, the righteous words, the words of right. And by living the words of right now, you find now your lamp go enough, your lamp go shine by the words. It was. So when we come and go to the River Nile now, the man them who make it, you know, because we be everyone sell it, a few same way, and the Holy Bible come back and teach we same way. 144,000 elects. Children numbers I saw on the seashore. When we going home now, we don't really need the Bible anymore. But when we reach Holy Mount Zion now, it's just natural. We living by the Bible same way. We wouldn't kill, we wouldn't steal, we wouldn't covet, we neighbor wife. We go still Holy Sabbath. Nothing going to really change, my Lord. So we give thanks for the blessed moment, my Lord. Heart of love.
Yes, Rastas, sir. You could make that point you needed to make, and we seal it up as we go. Give thanks to everybody, everyone's patience. Eh? Yeah, and you mute, Rastas.
I have a question for Brethren.
Yes, see?
Yeah.
Got you now.
Where would you say is the Garden of Eden?
Pardon, I repeat the question, my Lord.
Where is the Garden of Eden?
Well, scriptural evidence, Ethiopia, my Lord. Ethiopia, my Lord. Ethiopia.
Okay, well, biblically, it says there are 4 rivers that come from the Garden of Eden. The Gihon, Tsion, the Tigris, and the Euphrates. Right?
Natural.
Where is the source of the Nile?
Well, the share, one come from Lake Tana, and the one still, well, you know, that's natural too, my Lord. The two of them come and meet together and everything. One from Ethiopia, my Lord, the source, one from Ethiopia itself, and one start from in Uganda, my Lord.
Where is the source of the Tigris and the Euphrates?
My Lord, when I meet again, my Lord, because I know the time we can slap on these things too. I'm gonna go in the archives and we know the my Lord. But we know from Ethiopia these 4 rivers come from, my Lord, stem from.
See, that's one of the geographical errors in the Bible. Because the Bible is full of errors.
Yeah. Like, did Moses leave Egypt? Priest? Did Moses leave Egypt?
Baraka, okay.
Baraka asked a question here to the priest. Yeah. what did Moses cross the Red Sea after he kill a man? Yeah, did he cross the Red Sea with the Israelite? Did that happen?
We ask me or Jassy.
You any one of the priests them, Baba Shanti or Bible man?
No, make Jassy answer, man. No, I can't.
All right, yeah,
but
Jassy,
right now.
please, my lad. You know, did
come
Moses
up on the
cross
spot
Red
tonight.
Sea? Yeah, did Moses cross the Red Sea?
What's the question, my lord?
He was asking if Moses crossed the Red Sea.
Yes.
What about the killer man? All right.
Yeah, that killer, yeah.
All right, my lord. The God who I praise, he make a life and he killing her. He wound and he heal. You know? So that the God who I praise, you know?
Yeah, the same one who that God who
kill, he make a life, he wound, he heal. The God who I praise now. He do all these things, my lord. Those who live not right, you know?
But did he cross the Red Sea?
I think that's the main question.
The Red
if
Sea?
he crossed the Red Sea.
Yeah, my lord. Well, that's natural. The Red Sea, the cross, you know? Even Rahab, when the man
this is a story, right? This is
Baraka, make him answer you good enough, make him answer you. As he beat Moses, let me clear. Let him give all the drops out. Go ahead, King. I don't expect you to take too long. Yes, Moses, yes, crossed the Red Sea, something more Rahab.
Yeah, man, Moses crossed the Red Sea, you know? Even Rahab and all, nobody filmed the Red Sea. Yeah. It was a testimony, you know, for Israel to always remember. When we crossed the Red Sea out of Egypt, out of the land of bondage. You know? Yeah, my lord.
Yes, Ras Baraka. See, the point you're making. Go ahead. Got you.
The point I'm making is, this is that inaccurate. And what I'm trying to say, Rastafari always, we used to have groundation where we can figure out the tricks that Babylon put for us. So that crossing the Red Sea was one of the brainwash them put for us. So we pretend we are across the Red Sea and leave Egypt behind. So everything in Egypt bad. And we now gone ahead. So this is where that brainwash was done in the Nicene Council. It's written like that for you to believe that, King, right? So you have to understand that clear. That's my point with that for asking, because in my lean on all the inaccuracies in the Bible, you just realize that, you know, in my accept say, yeah, in man go and kill. And yes, the one man talk about the Bible a life. And you know already. The Bible thing cannot come through nothing. Nothing logical. You can't come with nothing. Nothing even common sense. And that's the problem.
No respect, Baraka. Give thanks to the strength. All right, let's move swiftly. What's I said? Coming out.
Come to me when you're finishing them. We still want to seal up, but we just ask a question.
Yeah, but we really on the time. Let me hear Rasta said. We can see how it goes. Oh man, you tell me Rasta said gone. Oh my Rasta said he couldn't hold on. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm there. Sorry.
Sure.
Well, yeah. Well, what I wish to say really, you know, because this is something that, as I man say, I man go through the Bible, and I man arrive at the understanding that I man have now. That tells me that anybody else can do it. The real question is now, why it is that keeping people hang up. And the Bible, the sister suggests that it has to do with genetics. Okay, I man will have to accept that to some measure. But what I say differently. The funny thing about the Bible here is this. What really get ones who stuck up on the Bible stuck up is not that they cannot appreciate the African system and them. They know. They're glad to celebrate and they're glad to celebrate Egypt and everything as the original place so that the credit go back to Africa and not to the Hebrew and Israelite who are credited for creating the biblical writings. So the ones and them who hold the Bible, you know, then totally accept the African spiritual system as being good and creditable, but yet still they hang up. Now, the reason, because this is something that I man think out a lot. I think about this a lot because I man mean to bring reasoning for move away from the Bible. So I have to consider all the ramifications. And the one thing that I see that I have ones in a kind of limbo is the fact that in that same book with all the confusion, by the way, let me say this quickly. The confusion and inaccuracy that in the Bible, it's more based on the literal interpretation of the Bible.
Yes.
If anybody claim literal interpretation of the Bible, then everything that the brother from JA and so say about a killer and all the rest of it, all of that would apply because you interpret it literally.
Yes.
You understand? So at the literal interpretation are where the problem really there. If you interpret the Bible symbolically, applying metaphysics to it, it makes sense.
Yes, 100%.
It makes sense when you do it, when you interpret the Bible symbolically, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Why man see have one hang up is the fact that one see encoded in these stories divine truth. And you can't deny that. You can't deny that there are divine truth in the Bible as well. So you see where the Bible becomes dangerous for I and I is when we take it literal, when we try to make it into history and make historical claims, because then when you go through it now, you're going to find inaccuracies like where Heru just highlight about the rivers. You see? So with me, I'm on very...
You hit mute. You hit your mute button. Yeah. Miss a drop away.
I'm very tolerant of the folks and them who still linger. You understand? I'm on a wish for bash them. I'm on a wish for insult them and do all of that. Because I know that encoded in the same book are the truth. Now, if you do not approach the Bible with this literal thing, you can extract truth from it. You understand? Because I can use the Bible and teach anybody to find self. It's just that I can't do so by interpreting the Bible literally. Else mean a problem. Because it make nothing logical. A lot of things in the Bible, if you interpret literally, it is not logical. It is not practical. What the brethren say?
Hey, hit mute again. Yeah.
You vote on again?
Yeah, he get it. Yeah.
Findings suggest that where Palestine, present day Israel is today, and people can look up the video on YouTube, The Bible on Earth, I'll get the book. Which part present day Israel day today? Back in the 13th century BC, which are the date line they used for Moses, that location where Israel day today was a province of Egypt, because Egypt extended from where it is today to compass the whole of the Middle East. It was after Alexander the Great conquered Egypt, which they gained control over that whole Middle Eastern territory. And then subsequent to that, after the Ottoman Turks defeat the Romans who took over from the Greeks, that then divide up the Middle East and create all the Middle Eastern nation.
King David was in Egypt, my lord. King David and King Solomon was in Egypt.
Prosperity is a herbal remedy that has been naturally designed to nourish the prostate gland. Prosperity uses a combination of leaves, roots, and barks to create a tincture designed to nourish your prostate gland. It also will assist in prostate-related issues such as erectile dysfunction, swollen prostates, and problems related to the passage of urine. Call or WhatsApp 728-8289, 728-8289 and get your bottle today. Prosperity.
The nation.
King David was in Egypt, my lord. King David and King Solomon was in Egypt.
Come again?
King David and King Solomon, they was in Egypt.
If there was in Egypt?
I hear you say Egypt will rule all, Egypt will rule till the time of Greece, I hear you say. The whole Middle East till the time of Greece.
Yes. This is the reason why. Go ahead, sorry, let me hear you.
So that was the question now, if King David and King Solomon time and they was in time of Egypt, if them was in Egypt then, because you now say Egypt will rule the whole of the Middle East. Only when the Greeks come,
Yeah, but King David and Solomon weren't real characters.
All right, bless the love, my Lord. You continue, my
Them
Lord.
are the historical figures. They never existed.
Heart of love, my Lord.
You see? But this is why I say, Rasta. To me, this is something that I have to just speak the truth, that the Bible does have divine truth encoded in the story. If you approach the book with the right, get substance out of it. But notwithstanding that you can get substance out of it, it should not be a reason for I for hang up I self and the Bible, because as I asked the question earlier, what can the Bible do for us that our spiritual system in Africa cannot do? And nobody can say that the Bible can do anything that our system in Africa cannot do. They cannot say that, because the very story in the Bible, all the symbology in the Bible were taken for I. So that's what I would wish to say to the ones and them who still, because they can find divine truth in the Bible, somehow want to hold on to it as though if they let it go, they're going to lose something. You're not going to lose anything, because it is all in our African tradition, nonetheless. They took it from there. So this is how I would wish to reason to the ones and them who still find it difficult to break from the Bible, because they're seeing this truth, this compelling truth that they themselves live and experience by holding the principles and so on in the Bible of uprightness and all these things. I do that, and I get substance out of it. So I can understand why other ones now find it really difficult to say just dispense of it, have no value. And we should not speak in those terms. We the ones who are advocating for Rastafari to align with African spiritual system. We should not go along the line and reason in that way. Let's reason honestly and openly, because we can make the case honestly and openly. There is very important to recognize that there are cultural difference between the two positions too. Anybody can find God. The Chinese and then can find the God with them Buddha. The Indian can find it with their Hindu. And you can go on and on with different religious systems across cultures. You understand? They all can find it. You see? So really and truly, I position have to be one of recognizing these things, because that makes it a complicated matter for reason, because one's actually deal with the Bible and them will find things that resonate in their life for real. And no amount of insults that I who find this light now and are embracing the African tradition, no amount of insult that we hurdle up on these people are going to make them change, because they have a real life experience that will compel them. So I approach to reasoning with these ones have to be different. It cannot be that you condemn it and throw away the Bible. So we have to speak the truth, that divine truth is encoded in the stories. But that doesn't give us any reason nonetheless to hold on to it, because what the Bible gives, we can get it in our African tradition. And there's where I would wish to really just kind of close it up.
Give thanks, family. And Ras Rafiq, you were saying in the comment that I assume is that he learning a lot from this discussion here. And that is what it's all about, learning a lot. Family, we're gonna seal up, I'm gonna just make get that sealing word as far as my panelists that I invited. And then of course, Ras Cypher will just guide me in going out as well. So the time really and us King, very
fire, but it looked like you are push the Bible man them my friend. And then you just
I know that. All right.
And remember, I speak the least,
Oh, yeah. So no, my lord, please. Let's not go there. What I'm saying, I have an invite. No, hold on. Let's take it easy. I need all of that. I have an invited guest of panelists. That's what it is. I mean, we have to kind of be a little more adept than this man. And the time has passed, my brother. It's not all of that. And these are the people I have to give preference into the sealing of. And then Cypher Selassie is my co-host. And I think everyone was quite humble to the evening, and was a hero who went talk now. And I don't think I pushed
nobody. So I'm not
out.
invited then. So how we get the link?
No, you know, I have.
So everyone not forget to speak, man.
I'm virgin, please.
And I go because Tiger Temple, I'm a lion.
Don't do that, Jack. Everything that. But the timing.
Lions have cried victim.
Yeah, man. I think everybody can.
Because what Ross Eisern just said, my lad, it's a water down very nothing about say you the man if you get a you can use that time when man decode and rare and achieve a little bit more. We can actually go learn a bit more skills. A 3 degree me get since me put on the Bible and king. And we read the Quran and the Bhagavad Gita and 2 times, you know. So we can't seal up the reason when man talk about say yeah we are gonna decode the Bible. And then you give your priest 2 times to speak. That's why the sister left the reason and we can't understand. So we can't. We're in a situation where the man them take this illness and push with sense. So now you shut down the man. Then look, Rastafari is there, and the Rastafari have a program, initiation program with decolonized mind, and you know the Rasta speak. Oh, what the idea with?
Okay, my lord. Give time. I opened the door.
Then everybody
Rasta.
No, I am muting him now. That's overdoing my brethren. Let me just take a moment to say something. I'm sorry, I'm for answer, but you see them things they were called childish. I opened the door so you can get your last word, and you still chastising me for who I make talk and who I don't make talk. Not because I humbled you the whole thing, the man. And you tell me why the sister leave. I wouldn't even get into that. Just humble yourself, fire. Man need to come a little more adult than this. If you say you're respecting the audience and you're coming with a specific point of view, how would I look and there with your point of view now? I should just cool, man. I opened the door for you to finish off, you know, and you're still telling me this and telling me that and who am I working with and who am I working with. And the argument about the brother have a Kafra gave his ceiling up already. And I didn't even know the man had a foundation. The sister said the same thing, you know, instead of we here talking about Bible, I should have checked for the man and his foundation. I mean, wow, ones need to be a little more calmer, man. I mean, we don't have to go on so. We don't have to go on so tall at all. Yes, Heru, please, give me your seal of words.
Rastafari.
Yes, my lord.
Well, the problem with the Bible is because it comes from a different culture of individualism. So each of us can afford to have our different notions, and it's really about our relationship to the divine. But when we speak on a communal and social level, when we speak of seeking for our African history, because remember we were told that we didn't have a history. And we didn't have any wisdom writings. So this is what we're here to rediscover. We're here to rediscover what was taken from us. And the closer we get to that, sooner or later, of course, we'll have to put down the Judeo-Christian myth. But really and truly, we have a relationship with that Bible more so than the ordinary Christian because of Haile Selassie I.
Mm-hmm.
But that is because we assume that Haile Selassie was perfect. And even the scientists of today who cannot even fathom how a perfect human being would behave. So we have to analyze our perception. Is it a westernized view of divinity? That we await for a savior and that one man would die and take away all our sins. You know, so these are all foreign concepts to African people. And of course, it came accompanied with violence because we could not accept this creature that had the audacity to create everyone and yet have a chosen people. So this is because the bigotry of Christianity on the whole, in ancient and both in modern, in the discovery of the Western world, because they came with this same notion that if you don't worship their God, that, you know, a system of polarization. And the Western world is really created from polarization. But we know there are degrees in life, in everything. And you'll find Rastafari that they love the Bible, but they're not too strong in research and reading. So they cling to it. In the system of Ptah, Sekhmet, Neferatum, there's the spark of creation and the fire of destruction. So if we are to destroy something, we have to be willing to create something. We cannot take away the Bible and then leave the person hanging. So if we are to remove the Bible, we should have a system in place. No longer gospel songs, but we look back to the words of our ancestors written in stone and we make chants out of them. So that we are reclaiming something that was stolen and taken from us. Ethiopia is a whole different experience when you watch at the total experience of the missionary in Africa. Haile Selassie in his speeches praises the missionaries. Most of the speeches regarding Christianity of His Majesty were made to Europeans. If you look at these speeches to Africans, they are different speeches. Because you see, religion is a tool. It's not to be a master, but a servant. And we must know how to use that tool. And right now, our tool needs sharpening because we have more information. So therefore, we must evolve. We must adapt to it and keep on seeking and searching for, like the brethren say, the half that's never been told.
Prosperity is a herbal remedy that has been naturally designed to nourish the prostate gland. Prosperity uses a combination of leaves, roots, and barks to create a tincture designed to nourish your prostate gland. It also will assist in prostate-related issues such as erectile dysfunction, swollen prostates, and problems related to the passage of urine. Call or WhatsApp 728-8289, 728-8289 and get your bottle today. Prosperity.